Danny, we'll start with team news ahead of the West Yorkshire derby. How are you shaping up ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, the group's in a good way. We've had a good week, positive week on the grass. Been impressed with the players' work ethic and attitude. Obviously had a good back end of last week, and yeah, it's been good to carry that momentum forward this week.
How is Jonathan Hogg? Will he make tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be too soon for Hoggy. Unfortunately, he's just picked up a ligament injury on the outside of his knee, the lateral ligament. We were worried about him initially. Whenever Hoggy comes off, you're always worried because his head would have to come off his shoulders to come off a football pitch. So no, but we're it's improved a lot over the 10 days since he did it, and we're hoping that he's not going to be too long.
Big miss for you, that, isn't it? A big character like that in the game, like the West Yorkshire derby. I
think you're always going to miss Jonathan Hogg. He's been brilliant for us since we've been in the building. He's a warrior, a fighter. Carries the DNA of the club in his blood, and of course you're gonna miss him, but it gives the opportunity for other players and some of our younger players, and we're looking forward to the challenge that tomorrow brings.
It seems like Trevor Chaloba's really stepped up in his absence. Will you look to keep it the same then in that midfield?
Well, I think we've got a variety of options, which is always good. Certainly the boys that played last week did well, but this is a new game away from home against a different team. So we always have to consider all of the options and try to select the right team for this game.
Will you have Andy King back for selection?
Yeah, we're hopeful that Kingy will be back available to us, which will be a real positive. He obviously brings a wealth of experience, a calmness and composure. He's lived these types of games before, so he becomes a really good option to us.
Final one on the personnel front. Camille, I saw that he got some minutes under his belt midweek. How's he doing? You said that he'd be back available for selection once he got those minutes under his belt.
Yes, so he played against a really strong Blackpool team. Blackpool come and 7 or 8 first team players on Tuesday, and we had a young team and we won 4-0. He kept a clean sheet and didn't have loads to do, but what he did very well, and is now available for selection. So that gives us a really competitive option in the goalkeeper position.
Where does that leave you now? Because obviously Jonas came in Camille's absence, but effectively you've got 2 number ones now.
Yeah, we'd like to think 3 number ones with Joel as well, so we think a lot of Joel, so there's real good competition for places, and this is what you need. You as a manager, you want competition for places. You know, that drives standards. It certainly drove Clem's goalkeeping sessions, and that can only be positive for the group. And I think whenever we see this competition, it's good, and we encourage the players to embrace it, because ultimately the competition improves the quality of each individual's work.
I know you won't go into the finer details, but how will you look to approach tomorrow's game? Will you go to Elland Road with a conservative nature, or are you buoyed on by the 2 recent results that you've had?
Well, I think we're respectful of Leeds. They've had a very good season thus far. They've put themselves in a really good position. They are a team that play with a real energy and an intensity. They play fast, furious football, play with a real purpose. I think their movement is outstanding, the best in the league in terms of the counter runs and the double movements, the penetrative nature of their movement, but also the rotation and their ability to empty space, fill up space, and they ask an awful lot of questions of you defensively. There's no doubting about that. But what we have to do is we have to make sure that we match that physically, we match that in terms of our tactical organisation against the ball, but also we have to cause Leeds a problem when we have the ball. And we've worked hard this week in trying to focus on both sides of the game, because we believe that if we're to get a positive result at Elland Road, then we must be at the top of our game, both with the ball and against it.
Marcelo Bielsa said yesterday that you as a side now look much better than you did when you first met before the winter break, the festive period. That goes without saying given the January window that you've had, but do you feel like you're more equipped and better settled now going into this game?
Well, that's nice of him to say. Yeah, I think we feel in a much better place than we would have done when we last played Leeds. I think if you remember when we played them last, we played with 11 right footers. Flo had to play left back. Young Didi come in and played at right back. We had to play a 4-4-2 on the day because literally they were the senior players that were available to us, and the kind of shape picked itself on the profile of players that we had available to us. So that was a really tough time. Since then, we've been able to evolve. We've obviously had the January transfer window. We were able to move some players out, which allowed us to then bring some players in and bring the budget down at the same time. So I think it was a successful window in that in both in terms of the quality of the squad now and in terms of the finance. And since the January window, we've had time on the grass to work and develop and build the partnerships, build the relationships, and further develop the style of play and the system both in and out of possession. So no, we are in a better place, but like I said, we're respectful that we're playing a Leeds team that are at the top of this division, the best team in this division, in my opinion. Got an awful lot of respect for Marcelo Bielsa, and the way he sets his teams up. You can always tell an outstanding coach by the product, and the product is a very, very good product. And we're really looking forward to the challenges that Saturday bring. But we're proud people. This is a proud football club. We know what this game means in our season, but we also know what it means to our supporters, and our supporters haven't had enough good times and enough fun in recent months and years. So we're desperately looking to put on a really good performance and put a performance together that makes them proud.